Yes. Webinar. Please join also. Yeah. 2:30. Yes. No, within webinar. It means as long as 15 minutes you can come. 2:30. Yes. Yes. No, within webinar. It means as long as 15 minutes you can come. 2:30. Yes. Yes. No, within webinar. It means as long as 15 minutes you can come. 2:30. Yes. Yes. No, within webinar. It means as long as 15 minutes you can come. 2:30. Yes. No, this is some sound. No, within webinar. It means as long as 15 minutes you can come. 2:30. Yes. No, this is some sound. No, within webinar.
I can hear
As
Prof.
long as 15
Your
minutes.
voice echoing.
Yes. No, this is some sound. No, there's something in my computer, I think.
I can hear Prof.
As long as 15
Your
minutes.
voice echoing.
Yes.
Yes. No, this is some sound. No, there's something in my computer, I think.
I can hear Prof.
As long as 15
Your
minutes.
voice echoing.
Yes.
Yes. No, this is some sound. No,
Like repeating, right? Được cái này.
Repeating. I thought my audio system yang problem. Tak jadi live ni Nak tutup balik
Okay, I'm back now.
So, remain start, Prof. We are on that Facebook.
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome all to ICA webinar series number 3 for bioeconomy, food security, and healthy life. Today, we have a very special speaker. We have Dr. Muhammad Isma'ila. He's the senior lecturer at the Department of Botany, Combe State University, Nigeria. He earned his PhD in genetics and plant breeding from University of Botany, Malaysia, 2021. His research focused on the plant breeding, biotechnology, and genetics, with notable projects and including genome-wide identification of the date palm genes and genetic diversity assessment of Bambara Groundnut. He is a recipient of the prestigious grant like the TIT Fund NRF Grant 2022, and he is an active member of the professional societies and presenter at the international conference and a contributor in the peer-reviewed publication. Thank you very much, Dr. Muhammad, for accepting our invitation to be with us today. And any successful webinar cannot go through without a good moderator. And
Yes.
our moderator today is Dr. Raihana Ridzuan. She is academic staff at the Department of Bioscience, University of Technology, Malaysia, and she is currently a research fellow at the Innovation Center of Agri-Technology and Advanced Bioprocessing, ICA, Bago. Her research work in the plant biology starts back with the year 2010 with the plant tissue culture and plant biochemicals. For profiling work, she expanded her expertise in the crop management and breeding. Currently, Dr. Raihana is actively giving a talk and training for community projects focusing on different types of vegetables, crops management. Her significant work in hybridization of the new Malaysian chili varieties with high yields and anthracnose disease resistance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Yes, correct.
Dr. Mohammed Isma'ila and Dr. Raihana.
Thank you,
I
Prof.
hope for all audience today going to have a very nice webinar, inshallah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Professor Dr. Hisham, for the introduction speech. So today I will be the speaker and as the MC and also the moderator throughout this talk today. So we will allow our speaker to present his presentation before we open for Q&A session. So let me share the PowerPoint slides for Dr. Isma'ila. So I hope everyone can see my slide.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, wait. So the title of session of today is Potentials of Bambara Groundnut for Food and Nutrition Security in the Face of Climate Change. So our speaker today will be Dr. Isma'ila Muhammad. So Dr. Isma'ila, without further ado, I would like to invite you to start your session.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Raihana. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. As I have been rightly introduced by Professor and moderated by Dr. Raihana, my title of today is Potentials of Bambara Groundnut for Food Security in the Face of Climate Change. Now, we have to define what Bambara Groundnut is and also get to understand where Bambara Groundnut is originated from. But before then, I am a senior lecturer in Combe State University, Department of Botany. And then Combe State University, a brief history of the university was established in the year 2004 by the then governor of politics, Muhammad Inua Danjuma Goje. And then the university is located in the northeastern part of Nigeria, and it is a member of the Association of Commonwealth Universities. Now, Combe State University have some faculties where they run various programs ranging from undergraduate courses and also postgraduate courses. Some of the faculties include Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, Faculty of Education, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Law, Faculty of Environmental Sciences, College of Medical Sciences, among others. Next slide, please. Now, introduction. Bambara groundnut is an immediate prostate herbaceous legume with predominantly creeping stems at underground level. And Bambara groundnut has been described as a neglected and underutilized research crop, and it has been recognized as a rich source of human and animal nutrition, especially in the areas where food scarcity or food diversity is predominant. Next slide, please. Now, origin and domestication of Bambara groundnut. Where does Bambara groundnut originated from? As we can see from the map in the right-hand side, we can see areas shaded with green, while some areas are shaded with blue, while areas are shaded with gray. So areas shaded with green signifies areas where Bambara groundnut is originated from. It is originated from northeastern part of Nigeria and then northern part of Cameroon before it is spread into other part of the world. And the name Bambara, it originates from the area where domestication of this crop happens, where traders mostly move with these seeds. And then when they move, like those traders that stay in many countries, so they grow it at like the backyard. And then the area is named as Bambara. Is area in Mali near Timbuktu. and that is why the name Bambara Groundnut originated from. So it is believed that it has originated from the West African continent, that is Nigeria, Cameroon, Central African Republic, and Chad, but widely cultivated or distributed in drier tropical parts of the countries. And it is also cultivated throughout the semi-arid zones of sub-Saharan Africa. Next. Now, distribution and diversity. Bambara groundnut is also grown to a lesser extent in some Asian countries such as India, Malaysia, Philippines, and Thailand. Not only that, Bambara groundnut is grown even in US, UK, many parts of the countries now engage in cultivation of Bambara groundnut. It may have reached Southeast Asia from West Africa via East Africa. It is reportedly cultivated in other parts of the world, such as Central America, South America, and some part of Australia. Next slide. Now, unlocking the powers of this Bambara groundnut. Bambara groundnut is an underutilized legume crop with immediate potential for food nutrition security across the globe. It is also regarded as future crop or millennium crop because many countries, many research bodies, many organizations are now turning their attention towards growing Bambara groundnuts because of the immense potentials deposited in this neglected and underutilized crop. Now, it is native to Africa, as I've mentioned earlier, and then it is high in protein and micronutrient content, and then it is drought tolerant and climate resilience. This climate resilience is one of the key factors that attracts majority of researchers across the globe to imbibe cultivation of this crop. Climate change is not a new news to virtually every part of the globe. We have been seeing it, we have been feeling it in most of our day-to-day activities. And it is suitable to low-income and smallholders or holder farmers. So meaning you don't need much input to grow this crop. Without, it does not require much fertilizer. It does not require much weeding. It does not require much pesticide and many other expensive chemicals or inputs that farmers will have to suffer before they get it to cultivate this crop. Next slide, please. Now, nutritional benefits. As I've mentioned earlier, numerous benefits are deposited in this beneficial but underutilized crop. It contains about 64.4% carbohydrate, 23.6 to 25% protein, 6.5% fat, 5.5 to 7% fiber, and then micronutrients like iron, zinc, calcium, and also it is rich in high content of vitamin is abundant in large quantity in this underutilized but nutritious crop. And then it is also rich in amino acids, as I've mentioned, lysine and methionine. It supports healthy growth and development, and it enhances food diversity and quality in day-to-day life activities. Next. Now, climate change resilience that is embedded in Bambara groundnut, as we can see from the pictures in the left-hand side. These are some of the effects or impacts exerted by these climate change forces into our environment. This Bambara groundnut is resilient to climate and it is adapted to drought stress conditions, mostly with the adverse impact of this climate change. Erratic rainfall and then epileptic rainfall is experienced virtually in many parts of the globe. So Bambara groundnut does not care in the event there is a seizure of rainfall for 3 weeks, 1 month. Bambara groundnut can still strive to survive and it will still produce very good and high yield as expected. And then it is also adapted to high temperatures. More especially African countries are tropical countries with excessive heat, but still this plant thrive very well. And then it also thrive well in poor soil, where more especially like rice, maize, and major crops that require high inputs cannot thrive well. It is also ensures food availability during climate stress, and then support climate resilient agriculture. Now, climate resilience is one of the focus of the global researchers. Everywhere we go, climate resilience or climate adapted crops are part of the key focus to every research. Next. Now, food security potential of this crop. Equally, as we can see from the right-hand side, numerous foods, snacks, even some beverages are produced from this Bambara groundnut. As we can see, it has been processed in numerous ways, more especially in majority of areas where this plant is grown abundant. And it has been processed and packed in most of supermarkets, most of large stores. You can find this crop processed and also sold. And then it enhances food availability and accessibility. In areas, more especially like in African countries, some suffer a lot because of this climate change, more especially changes in the timing of rainfall, and then maybe decline in the amount of rainfall received. So this incorporating this crop into farmers' scale will help to improve the availability and also food security in most of the countries, not only in Africa, but in other parts of the globe. And then it improves household income. Low-income farmers that cannot afford fertilizer, excessive chemicals, will grow this, and then it will improve the income of the household. And then it supports sustainable agriculture, and then it promotes food sovereignty, and also support rural development and livelihoods. And then it contributes to nutritional food strategies. Some countries, governments are bringing out many strategies to make sure that there is food sufficiency and food availability. Even if you don't have food security, at least food sufficiency and availability can be achieved through incorporating of this crop that is grown with much of ease. Next. Now, value chain development. Bambara groundnuts can aid in accessing value chain. Mostly in underdeveloped countries, value chain of virtually most of the crops grown is a challenge. You'll produce crop, but value chain will become a hitch. So now value chain development opportunities are found to be deposited in this crop. Seed production and distribution. This is one of the value chain. You can produce seed, and then you can distribute it to either consumers, farmers, growers, researchers. Is one of the ways. Secondly, processing and marketing. After producing the seed, instead of distributing it, you can process it, pack it as part of the pictures we have seen earlier, distribute it. This will also help in aiding the value chain and improving the cultivation or production of this crop. And then product development and diversification. Once majority of countries previously, they don't know this crop. Most likely, part of people that listen to this presentation, maybe some are hearing it for the first time, some are seeing it for the first time, some are even seeing part of the processed product from this crop for the first time. So meaning, once they imbibe all this, they welcome this, it will aid in diversifying their food sources, and then it will also improve the value chain in this crop, market access and trade. I remember when I was doing my PhD, one Mr. Tan visited me in my house in Malaysia. He wanted me to have like a collaboration with him on how he can go to the seeds of this crop and also how we will engage in marketing this crop, even if it means maybe international trade where we can export this crop from Africa to Asian countries. So meaning once we improve this crop, then it will also aid in market access to both growers and also the consumers. And then it creates employment and income opportunities. Once you engage into large-scale production of this crop, definitely you are opening doors for growers, for farmers, for many industries, companies to employ and then create opportunities for people to have a means of livelihood, and then enhance competitiveness and sustainability. Once this one joins the major crops, definitely competition will occur, and then the competitive nature of this crop will also boost the economy and value chain in major crops. Next. Now, challenges and opportunities. There exists some challenges. Whatever you see, it must have one or two challenges that you face, and then it must have one or two opportunities that you can unlock. Now, some of the challenges linked to Bambara groundnut production and utilization are: one, limited research and development. As I've mentioned, up till the present moment I am speaking, there has been limited attention by most of researchers, funding organizations, research bodies on how to improve this crop. As I speak to you, you cannot have more than maybe 20 or 30 improved lines or genotypes of this crop. You hardly see farmers with improved variety. Mostly what growers have is Laris. Of course, I believe IITA in Ibadan in Nigeria, and then part of some researches in the UK have some few improved varieties. But we know research is endless, it's limitless. Despite the challenge, the resilience of this crop, but some challenges are bound to emerge, more especially when the cultivation is growing high. So limited research and development is one of the key challenges. And then low productivity and yield. Of course, it yields, but comparatively, if we compare to other crops that are developed using careful method of breeding, and then which receive receive a lot of support from the research bodies, you cannot compare the yield with other crops. And then limited market access. Majority of growers are growing it for subsistence. Few are growing it for commercial, and sometimes they run at loss because there is no market accessibility to market this product. And then climate change impact, as we've mentioned, despite the resilience, researching into this crop will now come into play and mitigate the issues of climate change, and then difficulty in accessibility to new individuals. Some new individuals find it difficult to accept it. Of course, I will attest to this. When I was doing my PhD, majority of people in Malaysia, more especially where I did my PhD, when they see it, they ask. And when I explain, they want to take it. One of my colleagues told me his mom always wants to get the Bambara. He asks me every time we meet, any Bambara, he wants to take it to his mom. So few people accept it, but many people find it difficult to accept it very easily. Now, opportunities linked to Bambara groundnut production and utilization. Now, increase investment in research and development. Once you imbibe it, definitely you will have improvement, you have increase in your investments, and then you also improve in your research and development. As I speak, before I embark on my PhD journey, I have not gave any attention to Bambara groundnut. But after my PhD, I thank my supervisor, Dr. Muhammad Rafi Yusuf, who introduced me to this research and insist I work on Bambara groundnut. Now, I see a lot of reason. I see a lot of opportunities. I see a lot of potentials in this crop. Secondly, improve seed system and varieties. Once it receives research attention, then seed system will be improved, and then numerous varieties will be available out there for farmers to choose and also researchers. And then it will enhance market access and trade. And then lastly, it will also improve climate resilient agricultural initiatives, similar to what UTM is doing, inviting researchers from across the globe to share their experience. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now, to fully leverage Bambara Groundnut's potential for food security, one, research and development, improve yield, disease resistance, and climate resilience must be achieved. Secondly, farmers training, enhancing cultivation and processing techniques must also be put in place. And then market development, establish stable markets and value chains. These ones must be put in place for its potential to be leveraged to achieve the food security potentials in this crop. And then another one, policy support. Encourage governments to prioritize Bambara groundnut production and trade. I don't know, maybe UTM will also engage in this underutilized but highly potential crop, and also maybe Malaysian government will also imbibe this. I believe in Malaysia, I know also there is what they call CFF, Center for Crop for the Future. I think it's located then in University Science Malaysia. So I know they have done some considerable amount of research, but still need to improve on that research to come out with numerous varieties. By addressing these areas I have mentioned above, Bambara groundnut can become a vital component of food security strategies, not only in Africa or across the globe. Now, concluding remarks. Next slide, please. Based on the information gained from this write-up or from this presentation, it can be seen clearly that Bambara groundnut has immense potentials for food and nutrition security in the face of climate change. It is therefore necessary to call to action to numerous stakeholders, that is research bodies, non-governmental organizations, governments, universities, or higher institutions in general, not only universities, higher institutions, research institutes. Everyone should be a stakeholder in uplifting and improving the cultivation of this beneficial crop. And then support research and development in this promising crop, diversify and promote value chain development in this crop, and then enhance climate resilient agricultural initiatives as UTM is already engaging. So virtually all research institutes, all universities should also be the same. Now, together, let's unlock the potentials of Bambara groundnut for food security and climate resilient future. Next slide. Next slide, please. Now, before I end this presentation, I want to share my PhD accomplishment. The thesis I research on in Bambara groundnut is induced mutagenesis breeding through acute and chronic gamma irradiation for yield improvement in 2 Bambara groundnut varieties. And then below are some part of my publications related to Bambara groundnut. I publish in agronomy. I have published in one article in Taylor and Francis. I published a lot of articles, but these are some just few drops from my publications. Next slide. And then current and future focus of my research. At the moment, I have an ongoing research on genetic diversity assessment Utilize Bambara Groundnut using morphological traits and micro satellite markers in northeastern Nigeria. This title is a grant I won from TED Fund, that is Nigerian Tertiary Tertiary Education Trust Fund support from Nigeria, and currently we have undergone certain miles in doing this research. And then currently I have submitted a proposal also on unveiling the morphological genetic diversity of selected Bambara groundnut land races for yield improvement in Combe State, Nigeria. So these are my current and future focus of this research. The first one already ongoing. The second one is a proposal submitted. Next slide. These are some of the few references I've used. And then thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Isma'ila. I am very impressed because I can see a continuation of your work from PhD, and then even currently you are still working on Bambara Groundnut. Actually I have a question. So I want to discuss a few things about this Bambara, but
All right.
let us open a Q&A session to the
Yeah,
audience.
I can see some question trickling in. I see some people are chatting already.
So yeah, I can see the question there. Wait, is it in our chat? Yes, I can see the question.
Yeah. Someone is asking the duration.
Yeah. So how long will it take to grow Bambara, and can it produce good yield in Malaysia condition compared to Africa? Yes, I also want to know that. First question first.
All right. Actually, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, actually it takes 3 to 4 months to grow and harvest Bambara groundnut, depending on the largest or variety, I can say. Majority of the larvaces we grow here in Nigeria, more especially in the region where I am, in the northeastern part of Nigeria, they grow and produce good yield at around 90 days. That is 3 months.
Okay.
But in some instances and in some genotypes of varieties, it may reach up to 120 days. So, but majority is 90 days. 90 days you can harvest.
How about?
And if you want to eat raw, if you don't want to dry, if you don't want to use dry, if you want to eat raw, you can even harvest at 70, 80 days. It's okay, it's ripe, you can still harvest and consume.
How about our climate, Dr. Isma'ila?
Yeah, because you see, I did research in Malaysia. The same thing in Malaysia. I harvest most of my plot at 90 to 110, 112 days. In fact, some varieties can even grow at less than 90 days. Can produce 10 physical maturity even less than 90 days.
Compared to
because my research is induced mutagenesis. Now, in some instances, some varieties exceed even 120 days. But I believe that is maybe part of the effect of the mutation.
So, is it the same, the yield, you think?
You said?
Compared to Malaysia, growing Bambara in Malaysia and also growing Bambara in Africa.
Yeah.
So do you think the yield are almost the same, or there is a slightly difference?
Yes, the yield is almost similar, but one constraint in Malaysia is the soil type in Malaysia is not always sandy loam. Some is clay loam. Majority of these are part of the challenges in some Malaysia, but I am sure in some part of Malaysia, you can have sandy loam or loamy soil where you can grow it. And I believe I see in Malaysia they have farmers growing field, rice growers field, brinjal growers field, like that. So I believe you have to also have Bambara ground growers field.
Okay.
Yeah.
So second question here, in your opinion, do you think Bambara has potential as a new source of food in Malaysia?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
already discussed you already note in the presentation just now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, the third question, is there any plants that can we do intercropping with this Bambara?
Exactly. One student from Nigeria also studied in UPM. I believe maybe you may know him, Dr. Mustafa Belel. I think Dr. Ridzuan, retired Dr. Ridzuan, his supervisor. He worked on intercropping Bambara with maize.
Maize, wow.
Maize, yes.
And does it
Intercrop it with
produce?
maize.
Does it produce almost the same yield? A good yield?
Yes. In Nigeria here, we intercrop with cowpea, with groundnut, with Bambara groundnut. We can intercrop all these crops.
Okay. So is there any more question from the audience? Also, okay, we have another one more. What kind of food product that the source from Bambara, usually from your country? I think you have shown us in the...
Yeah, a lot of, you can go through the slide, a lot of food processing. We can see, yes, from here. You see, you can roast, you can harvest Bambara groundnut and boil it fresh. Now you can eat it as snack. Just once you harvest, bring home, wash, and then just boil with water. And then when it's cooked, just drain the water, and then you can just be opening and eating one. Another one, the dried one, you can roast it, and also eat it also as a snack. And then the dried one, you can make it in powder and make a lot of paste with it. You can see variety of foods from this picture. Process from it, you can, yeah.
But the food are not really common in Malaysia.
Yes, it's not common because Malaysia, there is less availability of this crop in Malaysia.
Yeah, but I can see donut here.
I see. But you see, it has to be in sufficient quantity for it to be processed for commercial consumption. And that's another challenge.
Actually, I think I saw Mr. Sulaiman raising up his hand.
Dr. Sulaiman.
Dr. Sulaiman.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an alumni of UTM.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Dr. Sulaiman, you can ask question.
Yes, Prof. Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. Sulaiman, also from Nigeria, particularly the northeastern part of the nation. Dr. Ismail, thanks for the wonderful presentation. Even though I joined the meeting a little bit late, but I'm really convinced now that the Bambara groundnut is an alternative source of protein, food in general, and also to provide food security all across the globe.
Thank you.
I have two questions for you.
All right.
One, the improved variety of Bambara nut that you come up with during your PhD research, is it now available in the markets, whether in Malaysia or in Nigeria? Because I have a little interest on that crop in particular, so that I can use it in Nigeria. It's normal to us. So that is my first question. And the second question, we all know that nowadays there is no waste. Whatever waste we produce from the farm, the biological waste, organic waste, we convert it to something very, very useful.
Yes.
Maybe we make it a kind of biofertilizer to produce biofertilizer, and also to give room for production of biofuel, biofuel or biogas.
Yes.
Do you have any plan, or is there any existing? Hello, can you hear me?
Ah,
I can
yes.
hear you. I can hear you. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Continue,
Yeah,
Dr.
okay.
Sulaiman. I
Is
can hear
there
you.
any existing research, or do you have any plan to use the husk of the Bambara groundnut for something very, very important? That's my two questions, and thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Sulaiman, for the commendation first, and then secondly for the first and second question. As the first question, the varieties I have developed, whether are they in Nigeria or they're in Malaysia? Actually, the varieties I developed, I left them in Malaysia with my supervisor. I think I have the snap picture of the wrap of the varieties. I developed two types of varieties, or two categories. I developed using acute chronic gamma irradiation, and I developed some using chronic gamma irradiation. Both sets I packed and deposited them in gene bank in UPM. I have not brought a single variety to Nigeria. Notwithstanding, I also have an intention. We even designed a research to develop same. Although we don't have the facility for chronic gamma irradiation in Nigeria, we do have facility for acute gamma irradiation in Zaria. My student wanted to work on it. Later we changed, but currently I have student that will a master student that will work on the acute. So God willing, in few time, we'll develop new varieties through similar process. And so if you want anything relating to Bambara Groundnut, I think we can still collaborate. There's no problem, inshallah. And then secondly, the waste generated from Bambara Groundnut, more especially the husk. Actually, I will have invited you to come and see how I process the waste. I already use it to feed animals. It's a very good source of feeding to animals. The husk, once you crush it, you can mix it with other food sources, and if you give it to animals, cows, sheep, and whatever, they eat it. So virtually, we don't have a waste in Bambara Groundnut. We don't have single waste, because the leaves, once we uproot fresh, we can use it to feed animals. And then even if it's dry, animals still can feed on the leaves. Now, the only waste that we can identify from it is the husk. And then the husk is also used to feed animals. So there is no waste in Bambara Groundnut. But notwithstanding, maybe if we felt feeding animals is just too small for the waste, then we can also embark on research to see how we can utilize the husk better. I have got your questions.
Yeah, hopefully, Dr. Isma'ila answer your question. Yeah, I'm very, it is very interesting to hear that there is no waste from Bambara. So
Yes.
we can harvest the nuts, and by the time, once we harvest and remove the nuts, and then we can just take just fresh and dry. Both can be used to feed the livestock animal. Am I right? Very good, Isma'ila. I think I saw another one raising hand. I think Eva. Is it Eva? Ezra. Sorry, Ezra Abba. Mr. Ezra Abba or Dr. Ezra Abba?
Doctor to be.
Dr. to be. Inshallah. Dr. Ezra, you have any question to our esteemed speaker today?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for the good presentation. It opened my eyes to see.
Thank you.
Even though I've been using Bambara, but today I added a lot of knowledge, and I think it motivates me now to move on.
Thank you.
I can verify all that he said is actually true.
Yeah.
It has less cost to produce it. Don't need fertilizer and all those complications.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
sir, for the
Thank
presentation.
you.
And
Thank you.
I just want to ask whether
Yes.
at the course of your study, whether
Yeah.
you have observed any insects, because I'm an entomologist, so I'm concerned about, do you have any threat of insects that affect this Bambara groundnut at the course of your study?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Ezra, for the commendation and also for the question. And thank God that what I have just presented is verifiable and people can still testify what I've just put forward. Actually, I have encountered, in fact, it's common to encounter some pests. But you know, being a botanist, not expert in insect, I will just get pesticide, apply, and then control the insect pest. Although the pest attack is not severe because majorly they pierce part of the leaves and then they go away because there is no much maybe water content or any exudate, whatever they will leverage on. So mostly the attack is not that pronounced. But this, I think one article from the publications I have put forward talk about an incidence of cucumber mosaic virus detected. I think the article number 2. You can see detection of cucumber mosaic virus from Bambara Groundnut. So we have encountered this incidents while I'm doing my research. And one of my colleagues then, Dr. Raihana will know him, Buhari. You know
Buhari, yes, of course, I know him.
Yeah. So Buhari assisted me and took the sample, and then we diagnosed, and then we found that it's cucumber mosaic virus that attacks. And even in Nigeria, I noticed cucumber mosaic virus is somehow common in most of Bambara groundnut growing field, but insect attack is not too significant. Thank you.
So sorry, Dr. Ezra, I hope Dr. Isma'ila answer your question. I just want to continue the question from Dr. Ezra just now. So you said that Bambara also having pest and disease attack. So
Yeah.
do you think that although they are being attacked or infected by certain diseases, does it affect the yield, or is it?
Yeah,
Because you
for
mentioned.
the one I have seen in Malaysia,
Mm-hmm.
actually the cucumber mosaic virus, the plant still produce yield. It still produce nuts. But you know, maybe comparatively, it may be declining or it will be less than those that have not been attacked, but they will still produce fruits.
Maybe smaller nut.
Yeah, maybe fewer
Fewer.
number mostly.
Okay. So I can see Abu Bakar Hassan also raising up his hand. Dr. Abu Bakar Hassan.
Yeah, Dr. Abu Bakar, yes.
Do you have any question to ask to our speaker?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning
Welcome.
and good afternoon.
Good
Yeah,
morning
good
in
afternoon in Malaysia, or
Nigeria,
evening.
but in Malaysia,
Yes.
evening.
Yes, it's evening. Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations, Dr. Ismail.
Thank you,
This
Dr.
is a
Abubakar.
very nice presentation, and we really you really added to our knowledge of
Thank you.
this crop.
Thank
Yeah. My own is just to add some input.
All right.
Yeah, thank you for this work. It is Bambara groundnut is really a neglected crop.
Yeah.
And thank God now there is a little attention, small, to that from your end. And I think it needs serious collaboration.
Yes.
There is this I think you know about the back project. With CIMIT and some research institute in Nigeria.
Yes.
So, and part of IITA, I think that we don't have a national research institute that is responsible for this crop
Exactly.
up to this moment. So it really need effort with the collaboration with other research institutes and the government part for us to have at least a research institute that will push this crop and this collaboration with this back project that they are doing a lot also and to work. Thank you very much. This is a very nice effort.
Yeah.
And also maybe need expansion. Yeah, you based on the fund you have probably will not be able to expand, but you know there is also a lot of production of this crop in, especially the North Central, Northwest. Yeah, also produce a lot of the crop that we need to maybe with funding. I know it can be possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Abakar, for
Thank you
the
very much. Thank you.
presentation, also for the information. Dr. Raihana, Dr. Abakar is my colleague. We did master together. He finished his PhD recently from Bayero University, Kano, and also is working with ICRISAT in Nigeria.
Currently in the same university, not the same.
No. Currently, he works in Research Institute, ICRISAT.
Institute. Okay.
ICRISAT, yeah. So, inshallah, based on his submission and advice, we'll collaborate with him and see how we can still move and push this effort forward in Nigeria and even beyond.
Dr. Isma'ila, I just want the question from me as a plant breeders. Can I know how many varieties actually available currently in Nigeria? And also during your PhD research, which varieties that you focus on? And is there any other varieties that has not been explored yet?
Yes, as mentioned earlier, the crop is grown at subsistence level majorly, with few littles, as rightly pointed out by Dr. Abubakar, little efforts from individuals like myself and many others. So part of the research I'm currently undergoing through, we receive about 30 varieties from IITA. So in their catalog, I believe they have, someone told me they have maybe close to 100 or 50, thereabout. And then for me, the ones I work, I use what we call landrace.
Landrace, okay.
The two landrace I use were Ex-Sokoto and Karu. So they are local varieties, Ex-Sokoto and Karu. So these are the two local varieties. Ex-Sokoto, E-X-S-O-K-O-T-O.
Sokoto. This one is the local name.
And then the other one is K-A-R-U.
K-A-R-U.
Yeah.
These two has been planted in commercial scale in Nigeria. Am I right?
Exactly. You find it virtually everywhere. Because you see one major distinction, one major interesting thing about Bambara Groundnut, the genetic diversity.
Yeah.
It comes with various, you can see from the title, yes, here, and even the title, you see numerous shades of color, numerous sizes. Yeah. So all this one, you can see numerous. You can see red, you can see black, you can see strip, you can see white, you can see yellow, numerous, and even the sizes. Some are bigger, some are medium, some are smaller in size. So this upon those for a lot of opportunity. But among all those ones, the one majority of people want in Nigeria is the cream one, the cream color.
This one, the white.
Yeah, the cream color. Yeah, the cream color. But based on my studies after PhD, And even during PhD, because two of my colleagues, one from Afghanistan, Atikullah, and the other one from Bangladesh, Mahmoud Hassan Khan, I gave them, I brought their samples from Nigeria. So different from the one I use. So from their own, I noticed the cream one is not the one with high yield. More especially the red or the brown one. The brown one has higher yield. And there's one like a gray color, looking like ash.
Oh, really?
It's even yeah. Locally in Nigeria, we call it elephant.
Elephant?
It's called giwa, elephant, because
what?
it's giant.
Oh.
It's giant. It produces a lot of big fruits. But I think you see, as a plant breeder, you see the interest of the consumers first. Although it's high yield, it's not. Although it's not high yielding, but majority of people wants the color. They appreciate the color, so that is why the color is grown everywhere. So we can interbreed the elephant one and the cream one. We can still improve the size and also the productivity. But one major constraint I have forgotten to mention, although we are not talking about breeding here, we're talking about improvement in food security and also mitigating climate change. But there are other key constraints, which is hybridization. Yeah, hybridization is a major challenge in the production of Bambara groundnut because less than or almost 2% success is only recorded.
Really?
That's another thing. So mostly, if we want to grow this, of course, we can still use the hybridization, but maybe we can explore other means. That is why, like mutation will assist us to fast track the process of this improvement.
Yeah, I think
still with funds, we can still do the hybridization.
Yeah, but I think if you want to do a normal hybridization, the one that I did last time, we have to you have to study the nature of
synchronization, right?
Yes.
But that is
Also
not
the pollination.
in this one. It's not the case. You
Mm.
see, the problem is the nature of the flower.
The nature of the plants.
Nature of the flower, yes. The flower is minute. You have to use added glass. You have to use added glass, yes, to see the flower. That is one of the challenge. I think if I see maybe one next time I will share with you. There's one project they did in the UK. You have to do the crossing 2 a.m. between 2 to 4 a.m. That is
in
when
the
the flower
morning.
blooms. Morning, yes.
Okay. So to understand
So
the
meaning if you have this research, maybe you have to have a place in your backyard at your home. So you come out 2 a.m. and do the crossing and you go back and sleep.
To understand the development of both male and female flower. It is a self-pollinated crop, am I right?
It's self-pollinated. It's self-pollinated. The chances of cross-pollination is 0.05%.
From Facebook, I can see Mira Lisa saying, I just knew about this plant. Such a good sharing. Thank you. I think Mira from Malaysia. Yeah. You see, Malaysian people, we are not really familiar. We are totally not familiar with Bambara groundnut.
I see. I know. I noticed.
And I was thinking that if you want to introduce to the farmers, to the local growers to plant this Bambara, our concern is about the market. So we are concerned that there is no people are going to buy this product, this Bambara as a raw material. What I was thinking is maybe we can introduce this Bambara as a processed product first before we can make it as something that vital to everyone in Malaysia, not only in Malaysia, I think in most of Asian country, we are not really familiar with this Bambara.
Yeah, I think in some countries, even in Asia, you can go to some stores, you can go through the slides, you can see one of the process pack of the Bambara. If you Google it, you also see.
Where?
It is being inside my slide, go through where we talk of nutritional values.
Yeah, here.
Next, yeah, here you can see this very one, this one with red. Can you see my pointer?
No, the pointer, I think now
Okay.
I control.
At the right hand side from the bottom, you can see one red with a picture towards the end.
Yeah,
That
this
is
one.
a pack. Yeah, that is a pack. That is a processed bambara in a
Which
pack.
one? The noodles or the
Not the noodles, below the noodles.
below the noodles?
Yeah, there is one red color like that.
On top of it, this one.
Yes, red color on top. Yes. So this one is processed and you can find it in shops, supermarkets, stores. It's processed like
Dr. Isma'ila. Maybe the internet. Okay.
Yeah, possibly it's his network, maybe.
Internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think while waiting for Dr. Isma'ila to go back to have his internet back, I think I would like to thanks to everyone actually for joining our webinar today. So such an insightful topic to be shared to all I think participants today from Malaysia. I think we have participants from Nigeria, and then we have I think yeah, from Nigeria, and also others that are who joined us today. So I have one last question actually to Dr. Isma'ila, because here in Malaysia, if you want to plant this Bambara, actually, I don't think this is from my search. So we don't have one planting guidelines or manual. We call here manual penanaman. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, doctor. So you're already back.
You hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Doctor? I think he's not on and off. Okay. So you can hear me. Okay. So actually, my question here, just now I share with the audience just now that here in Malaysia, if usually the planting guideline ataupun manual penanaman comes from Department of Agriculture Malaysia. So far from my own search, I think I didn't find any manual penanaman Bambara which included the fertilization, how to do the what are the pesticide recommended and so on. So Dr. Isma'ila, during your PhD study, did you ever macam ask Department of Agriculture, don't you want to include this manual penanaman so that we can educate our farmers to, to have an additional of crop in their in their farm?
Yeah, actually, I've not Department of Agriculture. So I don't know. Maybe if I don't know. Actually, I've not asked.
It's okay. I think in continuation to this, maybe we can start what we can start here from ICA, maybe from UTM. We can try to ask and also confirm first from the related bodies so that maybe this crop will become more visible.
Yeah, but I think you see relevant information from CFF. Center for Crop Review. Yeah, in Malaysia.
Malaysia. All right, I will double check. Dr. Isma'ila, I think last question, because it's already 3:30. So last question from the Facebook. Can we press oil from this Bambara groundnut? And what is the health benefit from this oil? Tak boleh?
Tak boleh.
Oh, there is no oil.
Actually, the oil content is very low.
Oh, okay. So
we cannot press oil from it.
So the answer from Dr. Isma'ila just now, the oil content is very low, so we only focus
very
on
low.
the apa isi dalam dia je kan, on the inside. All right.
Yes.
Okay. So I think with that, Dr. Isma'ila, so as we bring this program to the end, I would like to sincerely thank everyone here for joining our sharing session and giving your utmost cooperation in throughout this seminar. So again, I would like to thank our speaker, Dr. Isma'ila.
Thank you, Dr.
And also, hopefully, there is more sharing on this Bambara in the future. I still have a lot to ask. I still want to see the plant, and I bet that if we can have one place to plant this Bambara, we can bring our local community to see this is Bambara Groundnut, and we can have some sort of showcase and also some sort of future collaboration and also future product that can be developed from it. So before I think I want everyone to open the camera, but we are having both webinar and also Facebook and also Webex session. So still I want to have, because I still saw few participants from the joining us through Webex session. So can you open your video so that we can take a group picture together? If Prof still here, Prof, can you open your camera? We can have a photography session together. Let me stop my screen. Okay, Mr. Azhari, boleh ambil gambar ke? Yeah, I can see everyone. Okay. So, wait, let me snap the picture. All right. So 1, 2, 3, smile. All right. Another one, smile. All right. Okay. So with that, I would like to end this seminar, and also I hope that everyone will have a very good day today, and also inshallah we will try to have a few more future collaboration with the groups that asked the question just now. Okay, thank you, and Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.
I have a request, ma. Is it possible for us